Welcome to Kinda Keto with Donna. I'm Donna. On today's video, I am going to do some low-carb bagels that I regularly enjoy. It does have some fathead dough in it, and that fathead dough is from Wholesome Yum, but I really like it, and I do a couple little different things to the toppings to make it a little bit different. But when you're in the mood for a type of bagel, this is the one to get. So stay tuned, and I'll see you soon. Okay, this recipe I use pretty regularly is from Wholesome Yum, and here are the ingredients you will need. You're going to need some almond flour. It's 1.5 cups. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of baking powder, 2.5 cups of shredded mozzarella. They say either use the bag or a hard mozzarella. Do not use soft mozzarella. You know, if you're going to grate your own, make sure it's a firm block, not one of the soft mozzarellas. You're going to need 2 large eggs and 2 ounces of cream cheese. And that's stuff that probably you already have in your house. And this will make 6 bagels. Okay, then your optional or additional ingredients would be what you want to put on your bagel. What do you like when you're out? So we can do regular sesame seeds. Everyone's into this everything bagel seasoning. Makes a more traditional bagel. I have put in cinnamon and sort of swirled it in with 1 or 2 of the bagels before I baked them. So that's kind of fun. Obviously poppy seed is another option you can do. Alright, I'm going to start off with the dry ingredients. And I have 2 bowls here. So I have a medium bowl and I have a large bowl. And the advantage of writing notes in a cookbook is to remind you how to do certain things. Because I used to always put them in the wrong bowls and then I'd have to transfer them and it was a mess. Anyway, so this is going to be 1.5 cups of almond flour. I've got super fine blanched almond flour. And I do like to sift it because I keep it in the refrigerator and or freezer, depending on how much I get. And this way there's no lumps in there. Then to this, we're going to add the 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Ooh. I like the baking powder that has that little lid that you can scrape, but otherwise, just use a back of your knife. There we go. Alright, and just sort of mix that up together. We're going to set that aside while we get our wet ingredients together. Alright, I've got my mozzarella. I'm not sure if I have enough here, so I have a backup plan. So I'm going to measure that out. I need 2.5 cups, and this says about 2 cups. So I might have been eyeballing it, so hopefully it's closer to 2.5 cups. I don't think so. Alright. About 1, a little shy of 1. Alright, so I'd say together, that was a little shot, so that is probably about 2 cups. Now, my backup plan is a couple little pieces in there. I'm not sure it's going to work. I did have a block of mozzarella that we made some Parmesan with, chicken Parmesan, so I do have a little bit left of that, and I don't believe it was the soft kind, which you're not supposed to use in this, but just to be safe, you know, most of the cheese is the part skim mozzarella there, and I only need 1/2 cup of this. So we're going to see if that's going to work out. This is a cup, so I'm going to eyeball about 1/2. Okay. All right, that's 1/2. And then we'll save this for an omelet or something here later. All right, now to our mozzarella. We have 2 ounces of cubed cream cheese. Normally when you work with cream cheese, you do need to keep it, get it to room temperature. But I didn't do that here because we're going to microwave this, so I don't think it really matters. But it does, they do want you to cube it. Again, this recipe is from Wholesome Yum. She's got some great recipes, so I will link to that below in the description box. 2 ounces of cream cheese. All right, and we're stopping there. We do have these eggs, but we're not putting it in yet. We're going to beat those eggs, but that goes in a little bit later. So we start here and put this in the microwave for 2 minutes, and we are going to mix it halfway through. Okay, just starting at 1 minute. We're going to take it out, mix it, and do another minute. All right, so you see it's starting to melt. Getting all gooey. Cannot believe that cheese and cream cheese turn into dough. Isn't that just amazing? I've never done it before. It's just so much fun. All right, we're gonna put this back in the microwave for another minute. You do have to work a little quickly with this once it comes out of the microwave. Just kind of stir it real good. Anything on the sides. Of course, it's going to be hot. We're going to be handling it soon. But it cools off pretty quickly. Alright, so here we got, that's our consistency. Right there. Okay. Now we're going to take our flour mixture and our eggs, our 2 beaten eggs, and we're going to add that to it. Alright, all the flour mixture. There we go. Okay, and in go the eggs to the pool. Alright, put that aside. We'll worry about dishes later. I said we have to work kind of fast with this kind of dough. And I have done this in a food processor. It says you can do it in a food processor. However, you still got to pick it up with your hands and form it and all that. So that's just more things to clean, I thought. So I skipped that on making it for the future. So alright. Spoon can only go so far. I'm about to get my hands dirty. Oh, plus my arm's getting tired. Ugh. See? You get your exercise and your breakfast at the same time. Okay. Alright. Time to use the hands. But as you see, it is coming together. Okay, so it's time to mix with my hands. I'm going to start off still in the bowl. I like using a glove. Makes it a little easier. Sometimes if you need to wet your hands, if it is becoming a little sticky, I got a little avocado oil. Just put a little bit on your hands there. Oh, see, this is coming together so nice. Okay, just kind of squish, squish, squish. Squish it through. Alright, then we're going to put it onto our clean counter. And look at that sucker, it's a dough. want to waste any of that. Look at that bad boy. All right, so kind of like regular bread. Let's knead it just a little bit more. Sure, it's getting up okay. And you just want to make sure it's all uniform. You don't want to have see little pieces of cream cheese in there. Just a little pastry cutter here. Actually, I think that's about good to go. Oh my God, it's the blob. All right, so when you got yourself some dough, now we're going to take this and divide it into 6 equal portions. So this recipe makes 6 bagels. There we go. Nice. Alright. Actually, usually with my pastry cutter, I do put a little avocado oil on there. I forgot. But it's okay. Alright. It's just like a pie. Okay, and then with those equal portions, we're going to make ourselves some bagels. And you're going to take each one. Actually, I'm going to do something a little different. So normally, all right, well, let's start with the normal way. Normally, you're going to roll it between your fingers. Kind of make a little log. Okay, and then you're going to piece it together and make yourself a bagel. So that's the idea. A little bagel. And then I'm just going to kind of make it look a little more uniform one way or the other. Here we go. Actually, that works pretty good. Maybe we'll stick with that. Okay, and we're going to put this on either a parchment lined sheet, which I started to get the parchment cut, and then I realized I have this Silpat thing I never use. So I'm going to try and put my bagels on that. And we're going to just keep on going, making our bagels. Okay, another way to do it, if you want to do the log way, I think I saw this somewhere, and it makes a good amount of sense. So here's my tray. Make it just a regular ball instead of trying to even out the log. You got your ball, and you put your finger in, and look, now you have a hole. I kind of like that. I think that's going to be my new way. Now, I do not like my hole to be too big, honestly, because I want more surface area for my either cream cheese or peanut butter or jelly or whatever I'm going to put on here. So, and when they bake, it's going to go a little bit more toward the middle. So if you have it like really huge hole, you're just going to have this tiny little edge for a bagel. So I like to not do it too big. All right, I'm going to make the rest of these, and you'll see that in a minute. Head dough bagels. I do preheat the oven to 400 degrees while I'm forming the bagels. And I tell you, I do like the ball and the poking actually a lot better, because when you do the roll and then you connect it, you got to make sure that connection stays, you know, that it's squished enough. So you just kind of squish it and make it stay. But this way, you don't even have to worry about it. So it's a little quicker. And if you're going to do any toppings, now's the time while it's nice and wet. So let's see, maybe some everything bagel seasoning. I'm not a big fan, honestly. I was always more of a sweet person. So I'll put that just on 2. So you're going to sprinkle it on. And then just sort of squish it in. Plus you're making your bagel a little bit bigger. There you go. And a little bagel seasoning, number 2. There you go. Because I don't like too much of that. I kind of like a plain bagel or a sweet bagel. Can't do the cinnamon raisin, so let's see. Let's do a little just cinnamon. Sprinkle Fill it on top. Or if you have an individual one, I'm going to do two. If you have an individual one, before you form the bagel, when you have your little segment, just kind of mush it in there. I'm going to see what it's like just on the top. And then pat it down. Oh, just love the smell of cinnamon. It's August and I'm ready for fall already. I'm one of those weird people. Okay. I'm so excited. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I haven't had my bagels in a while, so I am ready. I love doing the whole this way. Okay, so the oven's just about ready. We're going to put it in a 400-degree oven for 10 to 14 minutes and see what they look like. Okay, they are looking good. Look how much they puffed up. You see what I mean about the hole? You don't want, it's going to fill in that hole a little bit there. All right, that's at 12 minutes in my oven. I'm going to do 2 more minutes to make a full 14. So always check your oven. This is an electric oven. And I'm in North Carolina. Sometimes the altitude makes a difference. So just 2 more minutes and we got bagels. All right, that's at 14 minutes. Look at our plain ones. Nice and golden brown. Don't they look like bagels? I think I was a little shy on that one. When you are cutting up the dough, probably best just to do the 6 circles before you put any holes and stuff in them, and then kind of see if one is looking a little smaller than the other one. But I think these fluffed up really nice. I'm very happy with these. So this is why this is my go-to recipe from Wholesome Yum. I did want to mention something else. I did get these form pans on Amazon to make purposely to make these bagels, but when I did them, they looked kind of weird. Like they sort of puffed up, and then the inside I wasn't sure if it was done, and it just looked. And then of course look how much smaller they are than my bagels. Okay, the bagels are cool enough and ready, so I'm getting ready for breakfast. I kind of really wanted to do cream cheese and jelly, so I got some cream cheese on there. I got that one at Aldi. And I've made my own strawberry chia jam, maybe 2 months ago. And I just put it in small little containers. I put it in the freezer, because you only use a tablespoon or 2, so I don't like having a huge jar, because I won't use very much of it. So that's my strawberry chia jam, or you can buy your own no added sugar. This Good jam has been pretty popular. It's keto friendly. It's expensive. So if you find it on sale, pick it up. It does taste good. This one, for 1 tablespoon, has 4 grams of carbs and 3 grams of sugar alcohol. So technically only 1 gram net carbs. And I think it tastes good. But the same thing, once I open, that jar has not been opened. Once I open it, I'm going to divvy it up into smaller containers, and then I won't waste a whole jar. And I'm getting ready for breakfast. Okay, I am ready. I've got my cream cheese and jelly bagel. Got some water with my morning vitamins. And I usually do a chocolate milk with bagels, but today I decided to do a strawberry milk with some strawberry collagen and unsweetened almond milk. That'll be my morning beverage. I hope you like this and give it a try. Hey, this recipe comes to you from Wholesome Yum. That's the one that I use and have used regularly. So I will leave a link to that in the description box. And I really hope you give this a try. It's fun to do. It's really kind of cool. It tastes really good. And I know you can do it. I'd like to mention also that they freeze well. That recipe calls for 6 bagels. So usually I'll have 1 or 2 the time I make them within a couple days. And then I will freeze the rest. See, more convenience food for you. You take it out and you got yourself a bagel, just like any other lender's bagels. I put it in a freezer type of bag. Don't always have to put paper towels, but it never can hurt. I put either a paper towel or a little piece of parchment paper in between, but this has already been frozen for a little while and they're not sticking together. You know, obviously you're going to let them cool completely. But here you go, another convenience food idea. Well, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down. Tell me if you're going to try it, if you have tried it, if you're interested in trying it. Subscribe if you like. That would be awesome.